Okay, so after previous 3 sessions, I have 35 or 34 trades. If we count the commission spread, then the profit is approximately 20R. But at the same time, I had this bad losing streak here, and a lot of times, as you can see in the videos, the direction was correct, overall bias was correct, but then either it took me out and went to profit or just didn't have anything. So sometimes I just clicked through and missed some opportunities, but yeah, but the fact is some trades were missed. And then I will go now back and analyze what could be done better. Also, some minus ones could be avoided. For example, just based on the comments, we have some moves that are too high up in the move, or again took out just a couple of pips and went to profit, or took with the rangy and messy 5-15 minutes like these three, or just took one after another. So definitely some minus ones could be avoided. Some break evens could be trailed more. So as you can see, a lot of break evens that actually ran some some distance, but the test supposed that we need to have some more confident close. Okay, so this was the general analysis, and sometimes you see mass internal structure, mass internal. This should definitely be avoided, but overall, and I could not find like really high quality setups. I recorded almost everything as B minus, and only this one, pretty lucky one for 23R. Yeah, now let's go to the chart and analyze. I will analyze only USDCAD. So in the beginning of the session, we started somewhere here or here, I don't remember, of the like not the previous one, but the one before it. And we discussed that this is a reaccumulation model after this push up into this zone. And then started to follow on 1 hour, on 4 hours. And as you can see, so I started to have trades somewhere here. I will now go. So this was pretty clear, then reaccumulation, pretty clear as well, but just from a general look, I see that, for instance, this trade was taken after the break. This one was okay, so this was a profitable one. Then this one was taken just in a really messy price action, again after the break. This one is okay, and then we took several attempts during the pullback, which is really rangy, so really messy pullback. And what's interesting, the trade itself, the move itself, was not traded or missed. So we will see how it looked on lower time frames. And this is the time where high time frames were even better for entry. Yeah? So you could use your fakey, for instance, or just enter here and it would provide a better entry, but lower time frames were messy. Then this was missed and nothing here, then took something here to be liquidated, and this one nice. So actually I need to understand why this was missed and why all this leg was missed. So let's go to lower time frames. And one more thing, I would try to understand if there was a possibility for bearish entries, but just based on the high time frames, we can see that the price never gave us any like bearish signs whatsoever until this, and right now it's also really bullish. So based on 4 hours, we don't have anything. Based on 1 hour and 15 minutes, maybe something here, but it's so messy. Here it's just, again, as you see, no volume here. So yeah, don't see anything to too good for the shorts. Okay, well, let's try to understand what is happening here. This was the first entry, so this is the daily zone, and the biggest problem probably with these entries is that we're still moving in this downtrend here, and we have this really nice and clear route of the move here, so this one or even this lower one, and the moment of entry is still pretty rangy, pretty messy. So yeah, and as you can see, all the other time frames are pointing to the downside. So it was possible, I think, to suggest that we are not going to have this move. It was possible, by the way, but so this was the entry. The range itself is pretty nice, but again, the problem with it that it's just the first shift to the upside after the series of after the downtrend on 5 minutes basically, and it's just messy. And so the second entry was made basically with the same condition, the same day, so it could work out, but it didn't. So the main point for this one is this just messy, rangy price action aligned with the overall bearishness. So if we reverse this price action and maybe if we had something like this, then enter here, then I think these trades would be much better. But since we didn't have it, so this is a really early place to enter. And then we had this. And by the way, now let's try to understand if we had some shorts. So if we were acting off on the middle time frame basis, then we could say that this is a downtrend, and this is redistribution from 1 hour, a clear push, mitigation of these zones, and then okay. So if we're talking about the shorts, we mitigated this 1 hour, create the inside structure on 15 minutes. And then this really clear inside structure, but this was during Asia. So let's see if we can find something here on 5 minutes. So this could be possibly an entry, but then it would be a break even. This is Asia, so basically only these entries where I took loans, they were actually good areas for shorts if you are following 1 hour. Yeah, this one would be a break even, and then this one, this would be an entry, stop loss, and then it would be only possible from the fractal structure basis to enter here. And let's continue with this one. So one more impulse to the downside. We have a clear shift on 15 minutes, mitigation, and again this is Asia, so this is Asia, so nothing for me, but just technically only from, no, there was an entry here, you see this shift, and then you could enter and then trail for some time if you trail aggressively, or it would be a break even. And then from this moment, I guess there will be no good shorts, so only check for the longs. And this was first a clear shift, a liquidation of the low, and continuation. So this entry was nice. nothing here in the moment of turning. There is nothing. This one is pretty early, and you see this is after the pullback, and this is after some liquidation of lows. So this entry is much better. Now let's just continue and see if the management could be better. No, basically the management was okay, and this is a clear move. This is a really clear move from this zone, and this was late New York, but let's check. Yeah, the price action was pretty clean from inside structure basis. A move. Let's look on 5 minutes, and on 5 minutes it looked like a structural change. Entry was possible somewhere here, and then break even, then trail. So this one was okay. Don't know why I missed it. Let me check the video why I didn't take anything here. Okay, so I checked the video, and basically it was just a missed trade, but my argument for missing it is that the range on 5 minutes was mitigated, and I expected deeper move, but it never happened, so I just missed this move. Okay, but overall it was a really clear situation, deep mitigation, and it was worth a try to do it. Then next trade was with this movement. It was a nice trade that ran to 4 or 5 hour MV, but I was stopped out basically here. So yeah, let's move forward. Now for the shorts, can't see anything for the shorts. For the longs, it was still an okay place, to be honest. It was still an okay place. We had some intermediate confirmation, of course. Here, some expectation of deeper mitigation could be possible into this zone. And yeah, the main problem with this one is that we had this low and this low, so this was structural zone, and it would be nice, I guess, to wait at least for some fractal structure to build up, because this was really aggressive coming into the zone. And then one more move to the upside. Yeah, so this is definitely something missed, as the same situation as here. You see, deeper mitigation, and I didn't take it. Took this one and didn't take this deeper one, probably expecting the tap. So let me check the video once again. Yeah, so what happened in this place, I just expected this mitigation and never went to lower time frames, just clicked through several 1 hour candles and they popped to the upside. And what was a possible confirmation is this fractal or inside structure built up on 15 minutes, and on 5 minutes we had structural place, like 1, 2, mitigation, possible entry, break even here, and possible re-entry with pretty clear price action again during New York session. Management would be like this, so possible entry could be this one, protection here or possibly here, and then trail to here. And if wait for a confident break, so wait until Asia, then confident break and trail to this one, and then either to this one. So it could be a decent trade. So this one is just missed because was not paying too much attention to what is going on. And then we had this just huge break, so I will not break it down. It could be a mitigation from here, still like a redistribution on 4 hours, but it was so quick, it basically was not possible to do anything from there. And I guess the problem with these next trades is that, So they were okay trades. This one was better. Let me check quickly 5 minutes, but there was no entry. This one is pretty rangy. I don't know what it is doing here. It's just basically before Asia. Oh, I remember, it was a mistake. Yeah, so it will happen in real life as well, so that's fine. And then we started this rangy price action. So this was a decent trade, a deep mitigation, and a good trade. Now this one was, I don't know what it was. So I was expecting this deeper mitigation. Price action was okay. Pretty weaky. So took a break even here, a break even here, and then two losers here. So why this zone failed? What could we do? So first of all, we had this deeper zone for mitigation. We already created this up move. We were pretty high up after these breaks, consecutive breaks. And also how it was possible to avoid it is to wait for some fractal structure building up. So it never did. It basically never did. Fractal structure built here, but it was so weak. So a good fractal structure means it leaves some unmitigated parts, like this one, you see, clear move and fractal zone. But this one was just falling through the zone, and yeah, it was basically possible to avoid. And it was during already approaching late New York. Oh, and let's look further. So again, this was an okay entry. Was anything here? Probably yes. So we created reaccumulation on 1 hour. On 4 hours, it's just inside structure and hitting these unmitigated parts. I guess there was something like an early entry. Maybe something here, but it's Asia. Maybe something here. And it could be a decent trade. This one was decent as well, but you see it just took me out a bit and then went into profit. So overall, nothing anymore to comment, just decent setups. So yeah, this is just a whip. So you see, so this is definitely a mistake. So entering, so compare this one, market is moving, and this one is just stuck. So what are the chances that I will survive? This is probably one comment. It's just so messy, so weak after the break. So you see, this one is before the break and this is after the break. So actually expecting the pullbacks. So yeah, let's continue. And then this pop. So what happened here is a deep mitigation, again, a deep mitigation for 2 hours. Let's check if there was any kind of entry. So basically, no. It was possible maybe to get a risk entry from here. So why here? Because we have fractal breaks and then a chain, you see, this chain of zones, and this was the last unmitigated zone, or this one, that actually held. Yeah, other than that, it was just going up, and this is Asia time. So this is a situation again where you have entries only from higher time frames, or you could just say this is my unmitigated zone and I will enter straight from the zone on some fractal structure confirmation, or fake is from 30 minutes or 15 minutes. So 15 minutes was basically really nice. As you can see, some triple M's here. And then it just runs and runs. Yeah, so this was a total missed move. Maybe something here, but basically I don't see anything. It's just a straight move up. Maybe something here, but it's too high up. Yeah, it was an entry for the high time frame in this case. Okay, now why this move was not taken? Again, not looking at shorts, there was some possibility, but they are just too slow. We have a tap into this zone and we started to build structure, so this was a good entry and something here, so let's check. So yeah, just tap into a zone, starting to build up. This could be an entry break even, then trail, and then trail maybe to here. So I probably just clicked through these zones. Yes, some entries here. So let me check the video and understand why I didn't take anything there. So this one is pretty high up, I guess. Yeah. No, even this one worked out. So this one worked out pretty well. This one was hard to take. Try to take this one and then that last one. Okay, let me check quickly. Okay, I looked at the video and I just decided to skip the zone. So we were pretty high after the impulse and just expected at least a bit deeper accumulation to here. And then once this move started, I just clicked it through and basically stopped somewhere over here. And then, so this was just like missed period, right? And that's all for analysis. Again, main mistake sometimes is taking trades into these real messy parts, but other than that, that's fine.